Well, Louie, nice to see you. Thanks for your time. We're obviously here at Easton College. I think we've both had a walk around the facilities. It's a fantastic place that they've kind of built here for the community and for local people really interested in, be that the educational side or just playing sports.
Yeah, that's impressive. They've obviously spent a lot of money. It looks like they've spent it wisely as well. It's obviously all the specialist sort of centres that they've got. It looks a really good setup. I mean, my school was just an indoor sports hall and an astroturf, so to have these sort of facilities whilst they're at college and whatnot, it looks a good setup.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying to Liam there in terms of what you guys get at Colney, and you get exposed to the highest quality of equipment. Was a lot of that stuff in the rooms that we went round and saw? Because again, for a young person in Norfolk to get exposed to the same level of equipment and opportunities that you guys are getting is a big thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. They've got the gym's got everything in it. I was just looking around and it's got all the equipment you'd need. So yeah, it's really impressive, and obviously it looks like a good offering for any young people that are thinking about taking a route into sports.
Were there any other sports for you? Was it always just football?
I played a lot of cricket when I was younger, but yeah, cricket and football. There wasn't too much else really going on.
Good stuff. Well, this is obviously the first time I've had to speak to you since joining Norwich, so I guess the first question is how are you finding it here and at the club and in the city?
Yeah, no, I'm loving it. Obviously a big change for myself. Moved from central London last year, so coming out to Norwich is a bit quiet, a bit more chilled. Just settling in really. I mean, obviously sorting out accommodation and stuff like that, but in terms of the club, yeah, I've loved it. I mean, a lot of new lads and a lot of new faces, new management team obviously, so it's been really good, and I feel like we've got a good atmosphere at the training ground, obviously making new mates and whatnot, so it's been really enjoyable.
And in terms of where you're at and your stage of your career, why was this the right step? I'm sure you had probably other opportunities to go elsewhere. What was it about this club that made you think it was the right place?
I think for me the big one was the way that they spoke to me, the way that they sold it to me. I was obviously keen to come back and work with Tony when I got the opportunity, and then the way that Ben obviously set out about the manager, the way the manager wants to play, and then obviously it's a big club, it's a massive club, so I was, all things considered, I thought for the next step, after a tough year last year for myself, I thought for the next step this looks like a really good option, and yeah, there wasn't too much talking once the offer came. We spoke to the club. I had a few chats with my family and whatnot, and it was done within a couple of days. So I was just really keen to get going, keen to be there day one and just get going.
I was going to ask you about Tony, because clearly someone you know well, and heading up that goalkeeping department, and it sounds like from what you said there, it was a major pull to work with him again. So how good is he in terms of the coaches that you've worked with throughout your career? Where does he kind of rank?
Yeah, no, I've been very lucky. I've worked with some really good goalkeeper coaches in my time, but Tony's one of the very best. I mean, you look at his record of clubs, it's not a fluke. I think for myself the big pull was when I feel I've played my best football was on the back of working with Tony. So, like I said, after last year didn't go as well as we'd have hoped, I thought, get back with a goalkeeper coach that I know, and I'm feeling good for it. So he's a really good coach. Yeah.
I think we saw the club put out a video of you guys working, and obviously mostly around Vlad and some of the saves that he's made. But is that attention to detail, isn't it? Is that the thing that maybe sets him apart from others that you've had in terms of the detail that he goes in, and I guess what that does to kind of your personal development, as you spoke about? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, as you saw in the video, we tend to work on in the week leading up to a game on things that we expect. Obviously, you've got to be prepared for everything, but teams usually have a set way of doing things, and it showed with the Blackburn clip. We practice it all week, and it comes out in a game. Like I said, it's not a fluke. It's well thought out, and the goalkeeper coach, the goalkeeper group that we have, obviously good energy. We all push each other, and it's a really good group. So it's been enjoyable.
I was going to say it's completely new. It's quite rare, I guess, probably for you as much as much as it has been for everyone else to look, and for all the goalkeeper changes that they've had this summer. So what's that group been like, and gelling together? I think you're Manchester, aren't you? I think Dan Grimshaw's from Manchester. Does that kind of thing help?
No, so me and Dan obviously knew each other previously from Man City.
Of course, yeah.
So we had a good relationship. I knew that it wasn't there was going to be no issues between me and Dan. You know, I can push him, he can push me, and we both know where we're going. And then obviously Vlad arriving as well. We just push each other every day. There's a really good feel to the training, and obviously whoever's playing, it's probably my role at the minute to support them. But obviously me pushing myself and getting the best out of training every day. So it's been a good group and a good feel to it so far.
I was going to ask you about your role actually, because I think many fans would be intrigued to see, because we don't. Goalkeeper is such a unique position; only one can play, and it doesn't get rotated too often. So, how do you kind of see your role, and what are the type of things maybe that you do to support Vlad or support Dan, if those guys? And I guess the other way, if you were playing, what would those guys do to kind of support you? How do you see your role?
I mean, of course, at the minute, Vlad playing, Dan not playing at the last weekend, and I'm obviously in the third. So, as a general, my job is to, push myself first of all, make sure I'm training well, but then second, if they need anything, or just keep the level high in training. That's the main aim. Obviously, I'm not playing at the minute, but I think eventually I've got to be ready if the opportunity arrives. Push myself, make sure I'm in good nick, and then hopefully once the opportunity arrives, I take it. That's where I'm at the minute.
Vlad, I think a lot of people have latched on to him as a character and as a personality. The question I want to ask is he as mad every single day as he is on the football pitch?
Nah, he's all right. He's pretty chill now. He's not. I know he has his moments. He's a bit mad at moments, but I mean, day to day, yeah, we just, like I said, we got a good feel to the group. Push each other. But yeah, he has his moments where he's crackers.
But you sort of need that, don't you? That's what people say about goalkeepers, and it's certainly helped it. I mean, you look at some of the saves, made another 3 at the weekend. It's made some really important contributions so far this season. I guess you see that on the daily. Yeah,
he's made a good few saves in the games. Obviously, important moments as well in games, not just saves at any point. The one at Pompey, for example, who makes a save, we go up the other end and score. So. Important saves, and speaking not for him, but we just got to keep going as a group, and hopefully whoever's playing keeps making the match-winning saves, and we get more points. Yeah.
You have to. I don't know if it's a good job or maybe a slightly frustrating job at times, but you have to face Josh Sargent in training and other strikers in training. You've been at some top clubs, Wolves, Palace. I mean, in terms of Sargent and what he's like in front of goal, I mean, he must be right up there, mustn't he, in terms of strikers you've faced?
Yeah, his finishing is one of the very best. Yeah, he's anything inside the 18-yard box. Yeah, you're in trouble. He's not saving much, so it is frustrating at times. But then you've got to sit back and think, well, he's doing it in the games, so he's doing it at a top level. It's obviously a bit less pressure in training, so sometimes you have to think, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, he's what he does for the team as well. He's obviously a very good player, so we're lucky to have him.
Final couple, but I mean, you spoke right at the start about it's a new group. There were 12 players that came in. You were one of them. Gelling that and pushing it all together can take time. Where do you feel the group is? Because certainly from the outside looking in, it feels like a group that is quite together and has got quite together quite quickly.
Yeah. No, I think that's credit to what the manager's philosophy on how he sees his team being. Obviously, 12 people coming in at once is difficult, but we were all pretty much in line fairly quickly. I think obviously we're starting to see glimpses of what the team could be in moments, and now it's just about gelling the whole thing together and being consistent. But yeah, I mean, in terms of off the pitch, it's a really good atmosphere. Obviously, everyone's settled in fairly quickly, and it feels like we've got a really good group. Yeah,
and that was going to be my final point. You used the word consistency, and it feels like that's probably where the group is at now. It's just searching that in terms of matches, isn't it? And like you say, we've seen glimpses of some really good stuff, and now it's about putting that together. Does that kind of feel like where you're at? And I guess from a training perspective, you've, as you said, already seen the positive signs that this is a group that is going to get there.
No, definitely. We've got some really good players. Obviously, 12 new players. I don't know how many new starters from the weekend, but it would be, I imagine, 6, maybe something like that. So obviously it's going to take time to get there. We're working at it. Obviously the managers, the sessions that we put on, we are working towards something. And I think if we can just get it, 8 out of 10 every week, then we'll be in a really good spot.